You've chosen a podcast from Low Moon Uprising. Enjoy.
Okay. At this point in time, one of the guards pulls the curtain back and gets Stroh's attention. And you overhear the guard say to her that the cult is attacking the southwestern corner of the temple in an attempt to do as much damage as possible. And she looks immediately alarmed.
Okay, draw straws.
She says, as much as I would like to guide you in this process, I fear it is my time to make a sacrifice. The cult is attempting to attack the temple in the area of the nursery. If they are successful, they will kill all of the children.
To make your life easy.
Are you listening?
Nobody was listening.
Should we go? Do you need us?
I would take any help I can get. The cult is attacking the southwestern corner. They will invade the nursery and kill all of the children if they can.
All of you go. I will begin.
Fine by me. Show me the way.
All right. She slips out the curtain, heads toward the door. The guards look at each other with a, oh, this is not going to be good look on their face, but they are going with her as well.
So does everybody leave?
Everyone going, staying, what? We'll go around the table.
Give us your stuff.
I'm going. Give us your stuff. No.
You don't need it. You're going to be off doing God stuff.
He gets to use it for eternity if he keeps it. So
he doesn't need it.
He's
eternity to get cooler stuff.
Give us your stuff.
He's going to be the god of magic items. That's what
Oh, he gives us all his stuff. He'll be the god of destitution.
He's the god. He's the god of loot.
All first level Medusa followers who pray to him have a 3% chance of getting a +1 item.
We'll have all of eternity to gather new stuff. We won't.
Look how much you got in like a year.
Get out of here.
Okay.
I'm going to let everybody else go. I'll stay behind for a second.
Okay. So lingering back.
Theon is fetching pen and paper out of his
Dear Mood is leaving?
backpack.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm mildly annoyed.
Zerg?
Yeah, I'm going. I followed Shirley as soon as
Okay,
she left. And
sounds good.
as we're walking, I'm going to unsling my bag, and I have a case of
So you're going to have to make a new character.
Well aware.
magical
I'll never
and
play Theon again.
one magical arrow.
Fitting end, I think.
6
If it ends up that way.
craftsmanship arrows that I'm going to get out and put in my clip.
Okay, very good. Okay, so we will pause at this point as you are leaving Brunson and Theon alone in the Ascension chamber to pray and eat dinner, which smells real good.
Oh, I thought you were saying Theon and Brunson were going to eat dinner. I was like, wait, what? Where's that?
Theon
Perhaps my
The first?
gonna send, but
Brunson
this
pulls
is my
out
last time to eat a
crock
dinner as a
pot.
mortal. It's probably Theon's got the crock pot.
He turns the
crock pot of holding.
Crock pot.
Yes, that's it. And a generator. All right, well, let's pray. Father in heaven, we ask your blessings upon this food and our time together. Thank you for our community. We realize it is a gift from you. Lord, we thank you for those who are overcoming. And we pray, Lord, that you will be strong and show miraculous intervention, not in a 3% chance, but in a 100% chance, because we trust you. We believe in what you're accomplishing. We believe that we can see the help that people need unfold in this day as it has in the past. Bless us as you see fit. In Jesus' name, amen. Pausing the recording. The recorder is no longer paused. Welcome back to a session that may ever be called Apotheosis.
Please do. That'd be an awesome session.
Good audio title.
Apotheosis.
Apotheosis.
Yeah.
Question
Theon.
mark?
Theon and Brunson have remained behind briefly in the Ascension chamber for whatever Brunson has in mind. What do you do?
Is pulling pen and paper out of his back.
Yes, you already have them out.
Time's short, so I got to be quick. Just want to say good luck. I reach out my hand to shake it.
Hopefully where I'm going I won't need it. I would appreciate it if you spread the good word.
He's already trying to farm followers.
It is kind of my duty now to make sure that happens. Can I be honest with you?
You haven't been in the past?
Not in the last few minutes. I'm not sure that I want this. Obviously it is a great temptation to all men, but it is terrifying to leave.
Sure.
I have my reasons. Realistically, I have a great and mighty calling. From above, from the gods. What does it really matter now? I am a protector. I protect the gate, keep the good in and the bad out. All of that, this quest, this years of travel and wear and tear, this is where it culminated. There is no greater end. From here, should I survive the 1,000 years and my followers continue to thrive and grow, or at least survive, I will do more protecting. I will become what it is I felt I always was supposed to become. And I will watch the gate. This I swear to you. I hope that means something more now than it did in the time you've known me. Because because it means more to me. I'm going to write this.
Either way, that's 50-50. It's good enough for me.
I'm going to write this letter. I don't know if I'll be able to deliver it to the Medusa myself, but I would imagine so. I hope that you would read it. It's going to be somewhat of my creed, what I want from them, what I hope to impress upon you. A will, kind of, for the next 1,000 years.
Press upon me.
Just an impression I hope to leave you.
Okay.
I'm not entirely sure what it'll say, but I only have about 10 minutes to write it, so I'm gonna get to that. I think you have some Medusa children today.
Yeah, I should probably get going.
For you, sir, good luck.
I'm sure we'll see us in a few minutes.
I hope so.
Oh, by the way, you got a ring of protection.
Yes.
Mine blew up.
Here. A token of my goodwill. No, possibly.
The ring of protection rift.
Thanks, Mean Joe. Sorry.
That's what you gotta play that now.
Okay.
Go protect the gate.
Oh, as I'm leaving, I call over my shoulder. I say, by the way, don't resurrect me in 1,000 years just to lord this over.
I'll be glad you're gone.
Nice. Okay. All right. We'll pause there for a moment. You're getting ready to head out the curtain. Meanwhile, elsewhere, the party rushes through the hallways. Medusa women are flocking toward the temple chamber. Can't imagine how they're pouring them all into that space. Clothing is laying about the hallways as they are stripping their garments as they are rushing toward the center room. Guards have left their post, and the whole place just seems kind of creepy. Out of control with worship of the heroes who have poured out the column in the sanctuary. You round a corner and see a doorway that's dead at the end of the hall. The door is open, and beyond it, looking into that room already, you can see beds, like would be small beds, like for children. Maybe even might see the edge of a crib, that kind of thing. Stro and the warriors are leading you, and as you kind of rush headlong into the room, you enter a chamber that is 40 by 60. So it's a big chamber. Arching ceiling, 30 feet high. Columns rise to the ceiling, and beds and cribs fill the room from side to side. And in the back, you can actually see some bunk beds, like 2-tier beds probably for older children, that kind of thing. So when they say nursery, they don't mean baby nursery. They mean children. As you are entering the room, a flock of children are being ushered out the right side by a single, what appears to be elderly, considering all the stretch marks and sagging, Medusa, and her grayish-colored snakes writhe around her head and hiss in your direction in sort of a defensive maneuver, that kind of thing. But she is rushing children of a variety of ages and carrying one under her arm like a sack of potatoes, and coming in from a double archway to the far end of the room and to the left from your perspective, so 60 feet away from the door, which, mind you, you're kind of in, at best, double file as you approach this doorway, are what can only be described as cultists. They are the tall, gaunt men who attacked you previously when you were staying, not the specific men, but people of that cult attacked you previously when you were staying here before. And as you rush into the room and sort of fan out some, they do the same, and you hear one in the front say, "Kill them all!" Right? And so what you have is about a 40-foot distance between you and them. You have a 40-foot wide room, so you easily can be spread fully wide. There's nobody that has to be behind anybody else. Stro and the two guards are sort of in the middle because they came in the middle.
Can I activate my amulet?
Which does what?
The magic resistance one.
Okay, sounds good.
Ekmek Andean Ekli.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
So 61.
Okay.
So 61% of magic damage.
By the way, Arden, I'm pretty sure one of the major side effects of Ascension is like horrible diarrhea. So. Be prepared.
On both ends.
On both ends. Flu-like symptoms.
every orifice, just every, all.
How's the Pepto Bismol song goes? Constipation, upset stomach, diarrhea. And you will grow a third limb or another limb of a random size on a random location on your body.
While you were out of the room, Arden, I was telling them that it would be more risky. I could have also cast the 5th level variant of Cepheus Snake Sigil, trapped you in amber while I read Ascension Ascended.
You mentioned it when I came back in.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
You were gonna cast that.
Okay, so I'm not going to bother to draw throughout the room the various beds and bunk beds and like that, but assume that if you attempt to cross from more than about a 30-foot area, you either have to go through, around, over a bunk bed, a crib. Mostly the bunk beds are only back here, so cribs and smaller beds are all in this whole area, okay? And so you've got in the middle, the square is 5 foot, so you've got in the middle, you've got Stro, guard, guard, like that. Going left from,
As in front as I can.
okay, so we'll put Jake there.
They would probably go with Jake.
Left of Jake, same forwardness or back?
I'll let Jake take the lead a little bit.
On my
Attack
way.
him first.
On my way there, I was gonna turn the flash so that you wouldn't push my head. I only had 2 fists left.
Okay, that's fine.
This,
Roll the dice.
really, this is so weird, but I only had 2 left.
So whatever you roll times 2.
Hopefully it's high. No,
2 ones.
that is not high.
Wait, what'd you roll?
2 ones.
Really? You don't have any rerolls?
See how evil that is? You just caused that to happen.
I did.
You evil prophet.
I sure did not.
Throw you to the bottom of a muddy well. Muddy gaming well.
Pretty sure that's how dice work.
No, actually that's only for the set of dice that you named.
Oh,
So it doesn't work for the potion,
Oh,
sorry.
gotcha.
So sorry. Okay, Xavier,
Um,
front row, left, right,
That
what?
was for the dice account, or maybe not.
Well, we allowed people, if they didn't take a set of dice, to pick a certain set of dice.
Sucks for Becky. She's changed dice like 5 times since the retreat.
She's died, what, once? Lorelei has, I should say. Xavier, front,
by Jake.
left, so left by Jake, okay. Zuri, they're coming from this way.
Probably in the right,
Here?
a little more right. Yeah, right there. That works.
Did I miss anyone?
Did I catch up with them or no?
Nope, not yet.
Shro, you got Shro?
I got Stro, I got the 2 guards, and the 4 of you, and then you got an ascender and a talker. Okay. Alright, and here come the baddies. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. And then one of the cultists kind of in the middle said,
Are there any plants?
kill them all! What?
Any plants?
Plants?
Yeah.
No.
Tangle is just.
I can
I
become
don't know why I
Sorry.
got it.
I can become a tree.
Earlier in the Palace Pages scenario, they charged through a greenhouse, but Selena didn't have Entangle in memory.
I look around for a channel.
How much time would I have gotten to meditate while we're in that room?
Okay, roll d20. Maybe 15 minutes.
17.
It's enough for a first level.
I'll give you one. One first level.
17.
Okay.
We get an hour of rest.
So there are
Not the
3
worst
that are
idea.
kind of toward the back.
Not the worst
One of
idea.
them actually has a wand in
That's what I
hand.
used to-
All of
You
them
use it later to
have
get
short
more spells.
swords as their primary weapon. They're kind of wicked looking short swords.
Might be good.
But of the 3 that are in the back that don't seem to be, that aren't charging really, the one to your right seems to be the most prominent, like as being a physical specimen, basically.
I'm going to engage him.
Okay. You will have a crowd of people to theoretically get through in the meantime to get there. But yes, at least that's what we hope. Okay. Pardon me again. Initiative. No one is surprised on either side.
I roll my weird eyeball
Classic.
die. The first D6 roll is a mediocre two.
Did I have a chance to use my
Shoehorn?
Yeah.
I'm sure. Okay. Flying, not quite so flying, more flying than the second one, but not as much as the first one. All right, and we got throw, and I don't use the little dice for the guards just on account of that would make them feel bad. All right, missile fire.
Just a zero out.
They don't have any.
How long have they been gone?
Couple minutes. You mean as in their part of the story, like where they're actually at? Probably about 3 minutes. Okay. So you're at this point you're just finishing up talking with Brunson probably.
I am.
Yeah.
But according to the augury reading it, that's not what triggers it.
He's hoping that he'll find something in there that will inform him.
Okay.
Or reading it will trigger it because you have this and the followers.
Okay, so they have no missile fire. We're gonna go quickly through missile fire starting at 9, 8, 7, 6,
I'm in 1.
and missile fire. They are out of dagger range to start. That's why they don't have any either. They're at 60 feet. So 5, 4, 3, 2, devastation!
1.
So yeah,
Don't skip my number.
I didn't. I pronounced it devastation.
Oh, okay.
That was for you.
I see.
That was a gift.
Appreciate it. I am lining up a called shot.
Okay, so it's not missile fire anyway.
Missile fire.
And well, I just thought I had to announce that.
Okay,
And I'm gonna cast Hold Person. Are there any like casters that are visibly?
there is a
I
guy
meant
in the back who has a wand.
I meant Charm Person. I'm gonna cast Charm Person on just the nearest guy, I guess.
I'm the nearest guy to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you snake charm?
So
I thought half my stuff.
Okay.
if they count as people.
Okay, so a greenish energy plays over one of the cultists out to the right with a little bit of musical effect. And that was misfire. We're now in melee. 9, 8, 7.
I begin my advance.
Okay, Jake heads forward in 7. So assuming they countercharge, you should meet them in 4 or 5.
Okay.
Okay, any other 7s? 6.
I move forward.
Okay, so in 6, about the same thing, probably 5. Okay, then 5. All right, so the front rank of the cultists moved forward. 2 of them are pairing up with Xavier, meeting at about the halfway point. 2 of them are pairing up with Jake, meeting about the halfway point. Okay, on the way, Xavier does not use a shield, correct? He is using a shield? Okay, so on the way in, you would not be able to throw a dagger since you have a sword in one hand and a shield in the other, so, all right? So, the guards are going forward as well, but slower. So they're going to meet, like, guard 1 is going to be here, and he's going to get 2 cultists. Guard 2 is going to be here, going to get 2 cultists. Stro is staying where she's at. Okay, so we're in initiative 5, and Jake and Xavier can attack. They have basically like wicked looking short swords, so they're not getting reach or anything like that, so they attack in the same segment that you do. If you shield parry, you would not be able to attack in this segment or vice versa. So you have to choose, you want to shield parry now or attack now.
I have the magic of the sword on defense,
Okay,
as usual, and then I will go in that.
okay, go ahead.
I hit AC -4.
Definitely,
Are they large?
no, they're humans. Okay, he missed you, by the way.
Okay. You said they're humans, so I can add the +2 damage?
Yep.
So that's 7, 11, 13 damage.
Okay, he is still there, but it was a significant wound. Oh, there it is. Okay, Xavier,
I hit AC negative 6.
definitely.
For they regular size, they're not large or anything.
Correct.
Okay,
So it's a
then,
D8 damage. What bonus?
20.
Okay, he goes down. All right, so Jake significantly wounded 1. Xavier killed 1. The other guy on Jake is a miss. The other guy on, well, actually both guys on Xavier, because you're simultaneous. 1 hit. 2 points of damage. Nope, no mistake. Thank goodness.
At least the cultist is having an and after that sentence.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, dang it. I picked the wrong place. This one. 1 guy down. All right. Anything else in 5? 4s?
Demon.
Second attack?
Not until after all of the other attacks go. Because you didn't double anybody's initiative, so.
Demon's gonna go next to Jake and someone.
Okay.
Using his,
So-
using the tree sword.
So it goes Xavier, and then there's about a 10-foot gap, and then there's Jake. There's about a little over a 5-foot gap, and then there's a guard. Where do you want to be in there? You know, left of Xavier, between Xavier and Jake, between Jake and the guard. Talking about this, right? This is what we're talking about right here.
Yeah. Probably Jake in the guard.
Okay. Jeremy's coming up there. See if there's
I don't
anybody.
like it.
1,
Part of me doesn't want to stand between Jake and Xavier.
2, 4. If you don't want to miss any of the story, Low Moon Origins, Uprising, or Outsiders, like and follow our podcast. Please share it with friends. There isn't anyone yet when you get there to attack or to get. You can attack one of the guys that's on Jake or one of the guys that's on the guard, or you can either keep going forward or you can wait for somebody to come. They will get there. There's plenty of them. They will get there.
I'll hit one on the guard then.
Okay, go for it.
With the new short sword, the tree short sword. Number 3. 18 is gonna hit your much. 7 plus 9 plus the magic of the short sword. It's the tree sword.
Okay.
And that's my 3rd combat.
Okay. Say it
It's
again.
the one we
Tree
found
sword.
in the tree on the body.
Okay. When?
Like
Remind
just
me?
recently, the big tree with the altar one.
Oh, that tree.
Yeah, the big tree guy that was.
Oh, crying out loud. Okay, so it's +2 to hit and damage.
Is that it?
It's not it. It has another ability, but you're gonna have to discover it.
Yeah, so then it would be 11 damage total.
Okay, so
It'd be 12. No, 11. 11. 11. Numbers on
this was on the guard. Guy on the guard. If he's still there.
And then I have a dagger attack to make it.
You can go do that now if you want, because the guard and both the guys on the guard have all gone.
AC -5.
Hit.
For 10 damage.
Okay, he's
This,
down.
this is that longish dagger I bought in the flea market thing in TL.
Okay.
I don't know if it has a reaction or not, but
Has a what?
it reacts. It has some kind of alternate back right on it.
Okay, there's nothing that you noticed. Okay, anyway, so that guy went down. 2 down. Okay, moving up, we're in 4, so in the next round, a cultist is moving up. So 1 fills the spot on Xavier, and will attack. And will hit.
Do I get my second attack?
Yep, it's coming. This is his first attack, so his first attacks always go before second attacks. And he did 3 points of damage.
Oh, me.
Okay. Second rank also arrives at Deer Mood.
Get Jake's bonus.
No. I mean, maybe if you were intentionally trying to, but since you attacked in the other direction, I'm going to say probably not. If you're attacking the guy on Jake, I'd
Would
give
I
it
be
to you.
close enough?
No, he's over 10 feet away from you. Okay. Anyway, he hits you for 6. I'm sorry, 7. Okay. 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 1 cultist is clearing the front line and headed around the end toward either Azuri or Stro. 1 cultist is replacing the dead guy on the guard.
So you just call Chada because you're low.
I mean, not just. I don't get anything out of not call shotting, I don't think.
You get more attacks.
That's more of a ranger thing.
Point blank, the ranger point blank, or specialization point blank is a little more effective than archer point blank.
I mean, these aren't particularly powerful guys.
Yeah, but they got hit for 13 and didn't go down, and he's gonna have a hard time doing more than 13 with a single arrow. So, all right. Anyway, so we were in
Maybe
4.
point blank.
Now we're going to 3. All right. So Jake and Xavier can take their second attack.
-12.
Hit.
Or,
You roll it, you roll like a 5 or something?
no, I rolled an 18. And,
Okay. Was this on the same guy you already hit, or on the fresh guy?
it's probably would have been on the Dutch guy.
Okay. He goes down. So we got 3 down so far. Hold on a second.
AC -2.
That's a hit. They're wearing light armor, so their ACs are going to be positive numbers. You're probably going to hit with anything better than like a 4 or a 5, most likely.
Well, I hit AC 0 at 2.
Yeah, so 2 or better is going to hit.
That is 19.
Okay, he goes down.
AC 0 at 2 is kind of nuts.
Well, they're
fighters.
basically high-level fighters.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And I have a +4 sword.
Okay, that'll do.
That definitely helps.
and double specialization.
I'm not saying it's like.
Yeah, no,
Definitely really good.
just what you'd expect.
I'm not using the magic of the sword, and I have 6. It's basically the same as it.
Okay, so in initiative 3, the middle ranks are coming up, and both Jake and Xavier will get a replacement. So on Jake, that's a miss. On Xavier, that's a miss. Okay, so you both still have 2 guys in front of you. One on Jake is heavily wounded.
I'm visibly annoyed that I cannot shoot.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe I should help your
Yep, those buttons are really good.
Okay. Hold on him for a second because he's dazed and confused. All right, so he's advancing. All right, so 1 cultist that was kind of in the back row is going to go between the lines, straight down between the 2 guards, try to get to Stro. So there is one who at the end of the round will reach Azuri. All right, and then
None of them are like 4 to 1.
one guy wraps the end on Xavier, and so will be considered behind you, essentially flanking. And he'll miss anyway. And the last one charging forward will wrap the guard on the end and be behind him and hits him. Okay. And we are in initiative 2. We are in initiative 1.
That's me.
Okay, the called shot goes off.
Okay. What are the odds one of the guys that...
So basically this is what it looks like. There are 3 guys that did not charge. They sit back there. The 1 guy has a wand.
Okay.
The line has filled in pretty good along the front, guys, even though they've killed 4 of them. This is the guy that's come around on you, and then there's one guy coming through the middle towards Stro.
Okay. I probably would have been shooting the 2 closest guys other than the one that I tried to charm. So.
Okay, so you can take the guy that's coming on you and the guy that's coming on Stro.
Okay.
They're the only clear shots you're going to have.
Are they wearing helmets?
They are not.
Okay, I mean, for the head for sure then.
They would be considered AC 10.
Okay, shouldn't be 19 and 1, so one's gonna hit, one's gonna
Oh, egg on it.
Were just 2 hit AC 10?
I doubt it. Might get close.
Pretty close. 8 plus, that's 13 damage.
Times 3. Roll percentile dice.
You would need to learn how to inspire lucky players.
Percentile dice, 68.
Okay, so he's not killed outright, but
It's like a couple of your
wait, hold on a second. What level are you as a archer?
As archer?
Yeah.
6.
No, wait. Exactly, because he has 70% chance. So you killed him outright, plus did atrocious damage. We need to figure out which one it was. So even, it was the one on Stro. Odd, it was the one on you. It was the one on you. So the only one that was clear to come after you is now dead. Okay, the guy that cleared the line would be reaching Stro at the end of the round. As he is approaching her, she does burning hands on him. Okay, his clothing is badly burning. He is still alive, however. So he winds up in front of her. He'll attack her with his sword, and he missed. One of the cultists attacks Stro.
Too worried about the flames.
No. Well, I mean, if you worry about the flames that the wizard just hit you, then the wizard just hits you again. So you can't lay off the wizard while he's casting spells. Okay. All right. Right back around to initiative.
4.
I roll what I roll.
Minor Master Stroke begins in 6.
Okay. Also, at this point in time, you do realize that the guy that you cast the charm person on, it definitely looks like he was charmed. He did not charge, and he's like looking at you, sort of trying to get your attention, going like, what is going on? He's raising his hands. He has an inquisitive look on his face.
Is it normal for these guys to speak common?
Yeah, it's broken common, but yeah.
No, undercommon.
Okay. I'll wave him over.
Okay. He jogs over. Okay. Also, during that combat round, 2 beds and a crib were destroyed during the melee.
Roll
Okay. Missile fire.
And then I roll 3 nat 1.
Okay. 9, 8, 7, 6. Missile fire. Right. So 5, 4, 3.
4. Actually, I'm not gonna do any fires. Right?
None at all?
No.
Or not in missile fire? You're not call shotting either?
Yeah, I'm. Well,
He's got
the
a
guy.
guy.
No, I did get the guy that started me, so I'm gonna call chat.
Yeah. There's a guy fighting Stro in melee. Call shotting him might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, I'll call chat him and then go to the next closest, and then the guy with the wand.
Yeah, that won't work. They're too far apart.
There's a guy at the one.
Oh, okay.
Remember that 2 arrow thing has to be within a 30-degree arc.
Gotcha. Okay,
So-
I'll just target the next closest to me.
Yeah,
Then
you can do that. There's a guy down the line that's on Xavier's back, which might be a good possibility.
I'll do that.
There's only, does Uri see the guy with the one?
No, he's not the only person. It was in the description.
Oh,
So we're 3s, we're in 2s, and we're in 1s. Okay, so now we're in melee. Front line, flying.
Probably the best person for him to throw damage. So no, me. Way better than me.
Okay, melee,
I have my
9.
reduced
Those of you
64%
who
of the damage.
have minor master stroke you're starting in base-to-base combat, so you can activate minor
It's like
master stroke if
fireball.
you choose.
That's cool.
Melee
So my
8.
amulet does that.
What'd you say? What, it has your magic resistance? 8, 7, 6.
Yep, I attack the injured guy.
Go for it.
I hit AC -2 for minimum damage of 13 damage.
Okay, he goes down. And he had not gone yet this round, so he will not get to attack you. Okay? You do still have 1 guy left on you. And Deermood is to your right and has 1 guy on him. Still enough. Okay? Also in 6, the guy in the back. I'm sorry. You can go ahead. The guy in the back raises the wand, points it out across the room, and you see a small pea shoot across the room, and it explodes in the back behind the party. try to target right here. So it's going to be Azuri, Stro, the guy that was fighting Stro,
Except
The charmed guy far enough back?
both guards. Nope, charmed guy's still out of range at that time. Deermood, but not Jake. So it goes both guards, Deermood, Stro, Azuri.
Just save your shit, so.
Is save versus spell, yes. Magic resistance goes first though if you have magic resistance. Or is it just add bonuses?
It's the damage. It reduces.
Oh, reduce damage. Okay.
Made my save.
Okay.
2.
Alright. I haven't rolled the damage yet.
So,
I hit for 21.
Okay, you did.
I got the whole thing.
So you only have the one guy in front of you now, and then there's a guy on your back. Darn it, I just dropped a dice and rolled all the way across the room.
I am currently failing my save by 1. I do have the Neo OTL ring, which I don't know what it does. This is my third combat effort too.
Do you have any other rings of protection?
Not that I am aware of.
Okay, it is a ring of protection.
Okay, so then I would make it.
Okay, it's +1.
Because I was failing by 1.
Okay.
I also have those tree boots. It's my third combat. The tree boots too. In all line here.
19, 22.
But I don't know if those have to do anything or not.
Alright, so made save versus the fireball is 11 points of damage.
I
You
have-
made your save, you take 11.
I have fire protection, so I'll be done.
Okay, and your if you have fire protection, your equipment is also protected. Xavier was not hit by the fireball. Jake was not hit by the fireball. Deermood was hit by the fireball, but made his save, so you take 11 points of damage.
Mine is 61%, which is 4.29.
61, 4.29 is not 61% of 11.
Minus 61.
Oh, minus 61%. Okay, okay. See, I
30,
thought you did it
it's
back.
really 39%.
You take 39% of the damage.
Yeah.
Got it.
Which is four.
Got it. 4 is good. Okay. And where are we at? That was 6. Any other 6s? That was my only 6. 5. Okay. The remaining cultist on Jake attacks. You shield parry, I assume. And he misses. Remaining cultist in front of Xavier attacks. And he misses.
Didn't even get my bowstring.
That's the ring that.
There is a cultist on the rear of Xavier who also attacks.
That's how demons
And also
make
missed.
Death Knight fireball.
So you're getting lucky.
The 26
Lucky-ish.
fireball.
Okay.
Like over 80%.
The cultist in front of Deermood attacks and hit
No, you didn't.
for 7 points. That's the second time I rolled maximum damage on you.
Yeah. You can stop now.
It's not intentional. Sometimes I feel like I can control what the dice do, but I think it's more a feeling than an actuality. So, all right.
Trust me, if you can control with the dice, if that was possible.
You just don't believe
I would have a very different history.
One of the guards that came with Stro goes down.
No!
Guard 2.
Not guard
His
two.
bit part has at least temporarily ended.
He always brought us tea.
Oh no, that's not good. Bit part number 2 goes down. Both cards are down. That is not good. Okay.
More experience for us.
So that means there are 5 cultists that are no longer engaged. Oh, 4, I'm sorry, because Deermood killed one of them. 4 cultists that are no longer engaged.
Oh, wait, that was in 4?
That is in 5. Okay. The cultist on Stro missed. Okay, and hold on, she's going to try to. Okay, so she tries to get his attention basically to force him to look in her eyes and is unsuccessful. We're still in 5. Any other 5s? We're going to 4.
Me.
4.
Melee 4. I think
Mine.
both all the minor master strokes can go.
My range of charm person on the one guy.
Yes.
Dawn upon me that I have that spell. I'm gonna throw it at him.
Okay.
Be charmed, fool.
Okay.
I hit the guy for 19 damage.
Okay. He goes down.
Did it
So
work?
you have none on you now.
I advance.
Okay. Yes. You have a clear line to the command group. There's no one in front of you.
That was a natural 20
That's a definite hit.
And then I'll
for 18.
Okay. Guy in front of you goes down.
attack guys making my way to him.
Spin and try to get the guy behind me
Yep.
next.
So you at least can make it so he's no longer behind you. And then if you kill him, he's dead.
So I don't know if he's charmed or not, but I'll make my way towards it. And take out the guy who hit me first.
Okay. So Jake and Deermood are. Well, yeah. You can't really go anywhere until you kill the guy in front of you.
I got 3 attacks, so. That's it. Negative 7. Or better than last time. 13.
Okay. Still there.
Tiger, I guess.
Yep.
Negative 7 again for 7 inch. Minimum.
Okay. And he goes down.
And there you go.
In light of the fact that you still had 1 attack left, you can begin to advance almost immediately. However, there is a cultist to your right who was previously engaged by guard 1. Guard 1 is now unconscious on the
Swipe at
ground.
him on the way there. sort of?
So if you do not engage him, he will be open to swarm Stro and Azuri.
I'll take
There are
it.
actually 4 total cultists there, not engaged, and Azuri and Stro are in the back line.
I'll take him out.
Stro's already got one attacking her in her face. So, okay, so you're going to take out on him. Go ahead and roll your to hit. He has been wounded slightly.
It's hitting negative
Damage.
6 plus 14.
And he goes down. Okay, so now there are only 3. However, if they charge, Stro and Azuri have no cover. So.
Can I see the map? You said there were 3 that could charge him?
Yep, the 3 are right here that were around guard,
Okay.
whatever, 2. And Stro is right there, and Azuri is right there. The distance is only 20 feet. So, like, one segment after they charge, they'll be on her. And she has a guard in front of her, a cultist in front of her right now.
They'll be on her.
Azuri's over here. There is a cultist who is about, like, right here, but he doesn't look like he's about to attack Azuri. He's kind of running sideways going, what?
I know
What?
this
Trying to figure out what to do exactly.
Okay, so they're gonna be on this round then, end of this round or next round?
If they charge. They might not charge that fast because they just took them down.
Can I begin drawing my marble of flipping?
Sure. You can start next round with it out if you want. Okay. Assuming you carry it in somewhere readily accessible.
Oh yeah, that's an item he carries readily. It's a little more.
Okay.
It's awesome.
So we were in 4. Okay. You've got the guy still on Xavier's back, although as Xavier, this is the guy you're talking with, call shot. Xavier is turning on him, but you can't really change who you're call shotting. So, and then you've got the guy that's in front of Stro.
So the guy in front of Stro, I have so I don't know what the bonus on my bow is yet. All I know so far is it does extra damage to undead.
Okay.
So whatever the bonus is, +1.
Okay.
And then without that bonus included on the guy on Stro, I have AC 5.
Okay, that's a hit.
And without that bonus on the other guy, I have AC 11.
So the AC 11 is a miss. Okay, so hold on. No, it's not. It's AC 10 on the head. You're targeting the head.
Right.
So you have a +1, right?
I don't know.
Oh no, you don't know for sure. But you know it is magical. Okay.
I know it's magical. I don't know
So it hit.
if it has a bonus.
So it did hit. Okay. So both hit.
What I was saying was the +1 is a +1 bow is +2 for me.
Right.
You use it against a demigod of death, dude?
Yeah.
Should be your 3rd combat. Use it against mummy.
Yeah.
Do it out with bonus now.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so the base bonus of the bow is +1 to hit and damage. Okay. And then you did hit. Just roll the percentile dice first to see if you just outright killed him. 70%.
02.
Dead.
52.
Dead. Okay. So he killed the one on Stro. He also killed the one on Xavier. So you turned around on the guy, and just as you turn around, an arrow appears in the side of his head. Like you didn't hear it coming in, but all of a sudden he has an arrow on the side of his head. So just so everyone can picture this, then.
Oh, and then I'll yell, I had him!
And I'll say to the cultist next to me, this is a misunderstanding. Sit here, I'll explain in a moment.
Okay. And he sits down on one of the beds.
Did you charm him?
Yeah.
Okay, so the front line is cleared, except for the 3 cultists that are right here, which in theory can charge Azuri or Stro. Jake is already charging this way, and there's time left after that he killed that guy. You could charge as well. You'd just be about 30, 40 feet behind him. Okay. So you would reach the front cultist here at the very end of the round. However, obviously your minor master stroke is broken. So, yep. So you'll be able to start, but you could get in base contact with him and start minor master stroke at the beginning of the next round. However, that will open up. He can attack you at the end of this round. So, but you could shield parry because you haven't done that yet this round. And he will miss thanks to your shield parry. Okay. So you basically charge up to him. He strikes at you, and you parry with the shield, just like that.
He's just swinging at the wall.
Okay. Okay, the cultist that's in the back behind him that fired the wand earlier this round steps to the left, and he basically touches the wand on the side of the head of the cultist, the big guy that you thought was the hero, basically. And you see like a streak of flame that's about 2 feet long come out of it, and it basically blows the side of the guy's head out, and he falls over dead. Yep.
Yes, it worked. I charmed the wand wielder.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
I look at him a bit concerned and confused.
All right. Anything else that we had left this round? Obviously, you're charging up there. Okay.
Bless you.
So the last cultist that's in front of you now realizes the circumstances, and he is clearly ready to surrender. Like he throws his sword down and puts his hands up.
Okay.
surrender.
Okay.
And that's the last cultist?
Yes, except for the guy with the wand.
I...
On this whole end of the room, anyway. There's a little bit still going on the other end, which is like 70 feet away.
Am I there?
So you're up by Jake, where the battle is basically over.
Okay, I will...
Interested in giving financially to Low Moon and support the campaign? Text LMGIVE, that's LMGIVE, to 419-419-0095.
To the one guy.
Okay, so the wand guy points his wand at the head of the guy who just surrendered and blows his head off.
Hey now, he just surrendered.
He says, "They cannot be trusted."
He's got a point. So that was kind of a rude thing to do. We could have just
I take it you're running up there at that point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go sit on the bed.
Do you have this?
I'm gonna
Okay.
go. Once that
Puts
happens,
his
I'm
hands
gonna
down.
run towards the other cultist.
Yeah.
Domit, no insult.
So Dearwood's got this. All right, I'm gonna go over to the other guys.
Okay, so meanwhile, one round will take place on the end. All right, so there are 3 cultists in the middle. Obviously, once they got cleared, they are now charging. Let's see how it's dividing out. 2 of them are charging Stro, 1 is charging Azuri. Okay, so roll initiative.
Dan, when am I gonna arrive?
You're not.
Okay.
Something happens before you get there, so I'll get you in a minute.
Might want to roll in the character.
Roll system shock! The 94% negative. Okay. All right. What'd you roll on initiative? 3. Flying. Okay.
Probably stoned.
Okay. All right. So the cultist there's one cultist charging you. Were you trying to call shot, or are you trying to?
If I think he's gonna get to me before I get the shot off, I'll just do normal shots.
Based strictly on distance, he will get there before he gets call shot off.
Okay, I'll just shoot him normally.
Okay. So then you go ahead and missile fire, and as he's charging in, he's actually throwing darts. They all had darts, but they never got to use them. So.
I get out of
You.
the
One hit.
where the Ascension is.
1 point.
Where's my card, dude?
Okay.
Dude, where's your card? I don't know. Where's my card, dude?
Did I ever get your...
No one has been cured from it.
No, just
You came down through the column, and
I just wanted to make sure.
Yep.
Because I have it on my character sheet.
especially knowing that there is a sensitive amount of time, but it's all been kind of like overlooked because there was this whole possibility of ascension and death is coming and all that. Everyone got it. Yeah, they willingly took it on because all the creatures would ignore you.
If I had remembered that, I would have definitely passed my lot in for becoming
Except for
Sorry.
the fact that we're not going to have time to complete the ritual probably before.
Excuse me, I have speed reading. It'd be like the second time in the whole
Well,
campaign I've
if
used
nothing
it.
else, you should have made that argument. So like, you say, I will ascend because I have speed reading. I'll get it done the quickest.
Yeah, want a race? All right, let's go.
Should have used that logic, but no. All right. Anyway,
Just like hit you with the sap.
All right, I'm shooting.
Sap.
Shooting
it is the priests of the temple who can heal it, and they are worshiping you. So in theory, you could get them to heal it.
The orange dice is a broadhead arrow. My
Okay.
one broadhead arrow.
All right.
Okay, we got a 16 and a 19, so I think those are definitely
Definitely worth it. Yep.
And point
I think
blank,
you're
I'm
going to save
assuming
yourself.
under
Yes.
50 feet.
Yes.
Okay.
If I was
D8.
immortal, at least I'd have time
It's
to
D8,
train
right?
for 10th level.
D6.
Okay, so
I'm pretty sure you know it. That 6 is like 15 points, right? 14 points.
I think they're both 9.
9 and 9. Okay, he's dead. Okay, so he's charging at you, and he throws
11.
darts, and you shoot him, and he's dead.
You can
Yeah.
roll like 10 plus.
11.
Both arrows
Nine,
sink
so
deep in
where?
his chest. All right.
So,
Okay. The other 2 guys charge Stro. And while they are on their way in, she looks like she's ready to fight them. She draws a tiny dagger, basically. It's about 3 inches long, plus the hilt. And she crouches down, and they both charge in, and just like about 3 seconds before they charge in, she disappears and reappears about 20 feet ahead of them and to the left. And they're like, where'd you go?
Link
Wish I was there.
Okay.
could be
Oh.
bigger.
All right. They turn around and look at the situation. They're scanning the room. They realize that everyone but them is either dead or charmed, and they're going to run. Okay, so no one's engaging them in melee. You could missile fire them as they are running away. Neither of them has been wounded. And they will not be harmed for called shot either because they're only 20 feet from the door.
You better run.
So shout insults and chide them for their lack of courage.
Freeze! Stop! Huh?
Surrender. Capture the spirit.
As I see them turning to start, I say, "Do we care?"
They could get more. They could get more.
Yeah, you should probably get them.
Stro says, there will already be more coming. There are no danger.
I'll let him go then. What seconds?
It seems like a fairly.
The guy with the wand says, I would kill them. They cannot be trusted.
Oh, you have fun with that.
No, hey, no.
Fireball!
I'm in charge here.
He doesn't fireball them, no.
There'll be plenty more.
Do
I
I?
promise.
Would I see Stro?
Yes, everyone sees her. She didn't
Okay,
disappear. She
you're
just
right.
disappeared and reappeared in another place. In
Yeah.
fact, she did it again since then. Like disappeared and reappeared 20 feet away. It's a low-level spell that does that periodically. It just makes you disappear from where you are and appear somewhere else. It's really hard to kill you that way.
You like travel along the ethereal plane. At least that's what it does a little later too.
Okay. Meanwhile, elsewhere.
Plot.
Are you with me, son?
Not
Okay. So
Back to the subplot.
Brunson and Theon have just had their somewhat pleasant goodbyes.
Pleasant until DM's like, yeah, I guess if you did, cool.
Yeah.
Haha.
He was
And-
snarky, so I was snarky back.
Anyway, you're not saying this in character, so.
I take the handshake.
Brunson steps outside the curtain, and from the door directly ahead of you streams more than a handful of cultists, weapons in hand. And one of the cultists says, "Kill them all!" Okay.
Oh,
you
man.
hear because the curtain is open as he says,
Wait a minute.
"Kill them all!"
You might have been a tactical blunder.
Okay. I guess he'll.
Both of you can roll surprise.
Okay.
Sick us.
Made it. Got a 7 total.
9 total.
Okay. Neither of you are surprised. Merely, obviously, they are not surprised, and so you may roll initiative.
8. How close are they?
So the room is 60 foot across on this dimension. So they are at most like 50 feet away.
My time stopped it up.
Said 50 feet away?
Available, I would say.
Or 15?
55. When was the last time that he used the time stone?
Use it for that dragon and that cult that he
They used it after that.
Yeah, he's used it.
Because we had a situation
Oh,
using the
no, it's
beholder
definitely
fight.
not up. Yeah, because I used it in the boulder, right.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Theon. Now I gotta use the wand 24 hours. Yay! And I used it and I'm not a jerk.
I used it to save our skin.
I get both results.
Missile fire! 9.
I gotta figure out what I'm doing real quick, sorry. You said,
As of right now, you are the only person outside the curtain, so it's you versus what looks to be 7 cultists.
wait,
Just fireball yourself.
I'm thinking about it.
He has magic. He has protection from fire. You can do that.
No, I don't have fireball, sorry. I'm dramatically low on spells.
What initiative?
Jake says.
We are missile fire 9.
I'm down to
He asked for a
speak with
moment to
animals,
deliberate.
minor heal, charm person, summon
Whatever you
insects,
do,
and tree.
you are probably a segment or so behind the combat because you have to go through the big heavy curtain, and you can't see the targets at the moment.
I guess I still have 25% of the spells.
Well, this sucks.
So we could time when you're not ready for that.
Wait, for what?
Good.
Area effect knock,
Yeah.
or CVS snakes. You can get it off.
Are they still streaming in through the door, or are they like all through the door?
They are pretty much all through the door, assuming there are 7 of them. If there are 14 of them, the other 7 haven't come in yet.
Okay, I'm going to cast. I think teleport's got a quick action, right?
It does. One
I'm
second.
casting teleport. Unless we were told not to.
No, I mean, you're pretty much told that it's not effective to take you from one major place to another or from here outside, but like to a different place in the temple, it might be okay.
Okay. I'm just gonna teleport down the hall, like outside the room. I mean, on the opposite side of the hall.
Okay.
Like basically to where I can see. Assuming I can see them all.
Yeah, though, I mean, it's pretty spotty because there's a lot of people in the door in a way, but in any case, that kind of teleport, the chance of error is minuscule. Like that.
Tommy, warm up your dice. It's joking.
You want
Time
the
to be amazed.
I like the drama.
Do you want the school dice?
Okay.
No one ever wants the school dice. It's
All right. So anyway, so that will be in melee in any case. If they hit you before then, obviously
Oh, that's right. Do they have melee or missile weapons?
they could. They have short swords drawn.
Roll perception.
I will say you can tell they have darts.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, you might want to prepare a slightly less high-level bang.
I ain't got much left, so.
You could turn and run.
You can kill him with your staff.
Dude, Jasmine's.
My point exactly. It was a joke because of all the times like people mistakenly said Brunson could use a staff, and you like, I don't carry a staff.
Brunson, the god of wizard staffs.
So it's all just one big room where me and Theon are, right?
Correct. Well, no. So this area is a 40 by 60 area. It's the harem with all the pillows on the floor and that kind of thing. Behind you is the curtain. The curtain has a 20-foot wide opening. It's a 20 by 30 room on the other side of the curtain.
But there's no door. It's just
Right.
a curtain.
Yeah, mine's a thick curtain. It's like 4 inches thick, but. Which, interestingly enough, was the thickness of the veil between the Holy of Holies and the outer temple. 4 inches.
Pretty sure that was.
And it ripped from the top to the bottom.
Our now
when
we're
Jesus
talking about that thing because we were reading out of Matthew, and I was like, I didn't realize it said that a bunch of saints came back with that and walked into.
Yep.
Apparently, I never read that out of it.
Kind of creepy, but kind of cool too.
No one ever
All
talks
right,
about it.
I'll just cast Frostfinger.
Not yet, Red Hole West.
Okay. All right. So they are coming at you in missile fire. They'll throw darts, but it will be at long range, so it'll be -5 to hit.
And I am wearing that ring that Theon gave me.
Right. Okay.
He told me it's a ring. Well, I asked for a ring of protection. He gave it to me. Is there any? Okay. No.
Yeah.
I was just about to ask if there was a chance of me getting experience from figuring it out.
There would be still, even though he told you that.
Oh, okay.
Your character doesn't know that. You know that.
Okay.
He asked for ring of protection. I gave you one.
Okay.
Ron knows.
Anyway, so let's see. 3 cultists will have clear line of fire to throw darts on the way in. Cultist number 1, all misses. Cultist number 2, all misses. Cultist number 3, all misses. 9 darts missed on the way in.
So you know, double specialized.
They are not double specialized cultist darts people, apparently. Dartsmen.
Maybe throwing like 4 around if they were.
That would be horrifying.
3 or 4 depending on their level.
What does Theon do? Are you coming to fight?
It's not
You don't know for sure.
done anything yet in this fire.
But we're still in missile fire, so I haven't even had to.
Well, either way, I'll yell, Theon, trouble!
Melee 9.
Would being turned to stone, coming back from stone, cure me?
It doesn't really have any effect on any of your state. It really doesn't mean that you were stoned, now you're not stoned. Go back to the same thing you were.
I might have paused the timer.
Thank Dr. Stone.
Yeah, I definitely paused the timer for whatever length time you were stoned. So gained half an hour. Melee 9, 8.
Hey, start casting.
They don't get to you. So they're not in melee with you, which means they can't reverse their initiative. They have to be in melee to do that. So they will not arrive to be in melee with you until 5. So you'll probably get your spell off.
7.
7.
Spell goes off.
So Theon is coming to the other room and drawing weapons.
Okay.
Specifically, let me try that. The Rod of Malord and the moderately weak Exquisite Rod Avian Tor.
Okay. All right.
Spell goes off.
The moderate.
All right. So damage is what?
It's like fire,
Burning hands.
burning hands.
Same as the regular one, burning hands. So it's 1 point per level.
It's cold.
And your 9th.
9 training for 10.
Okay. So it's going to hit 4 of the 7. And there's no save, so they all take 9 points.
And all their items.
Yep. Maybe they'll lose a short sword. That'd be something.
Some darts. Save for every dart.
Once they're in melee, they can't use the darts probably anyway. So, all right, sword. That's close.
John Wick of darkness.
1 sword failed. 1 sword failed, and 1 sword's a questionable one. Should have brought my cool screen. I forgot to even use it. Where's Ross?
Got one shot.
Frost.
Cross stab. Throw.
Frost, metal, hard. Nope, made it. Okay, so they lost 1 short sword of the 4 guys that got hit. All right, melee 7. You are drawing weapons and coming out. So the dagger would be usable. Not the dagger. It's rod and rod. So neither one of them would be usable that round. So at the beginning of next round, you'll have them both ready and be in position for that matter. And I don't think any of them are going to penetrate the curtain by then. So
Yeah. Would I be able to activate the Rod of Malord this round?
I mean, Maybe like after you come out the curtain at the end of the round, basically after they've attacked, probably.
Okay, I'll hold off on making that decision until then.
Okay. So 6, maybe 5. Okay, so that's assuming you're coming out like as you're readying the weapons. You're now outside the curtain. Okay. And then they attack Brunson. ×1, hit. ×2, missed. 3, missed. And struck once, sir. 4, 6 points of damage. Okay. And they basically have surrounded you, and so no one else can attack you except like by missile fire, and if they risk hitting their friends, that kind of thing. Okay. Then we go to 4, then 3. Okay, so in 3, 2 will arrive at Theon and attack him. Both miss. Okay. So assuming you're like back to the curtain or wall, only 2 can get on you. So there are 3 on Brunson, 2 on you, and 2 essentially unengaged. One of them enters the chamber, the curtain chamber, on the other end of the curtain, like looking to see if there's anybody else in there.
Yeah, Theon is going to activate the rod.
Okay. So it takes 3 segments to activate a rod. So basically you can trigger it at the very end of the round. Okay. So one of the guys that's not able to get to Brunson is going to try to see if he can find a hole to squeeze through to attack, and he'll fail to do so. One of the guys that's not attacking you, which is the last guy in the room, will try to get an attack on you past his friends, and he'll fail to do so. Okay. So basically there are 3 guys essentially trying to attack you, but only 2 of them really have a clear way to do so. 3 guys attacking you with another guy is in the background trying to find a way to poke in, and 1 guy went in the curtain. Okay. And all of the guys that are on you are significantly wounded from the frost. Okay. And then end of the round, you activate the Rod of the Lord.
Yep, I will thrust the rod into the air and say, "Kneel in fealty to your true lord!"
Okay. All right. Starting with the guys on Brunson. Failed, failed, failed. So all 3 of them kneel. Turning to the guys in front of you. Made it, failed. So 1 guy kneels and 1 guy does not. The guy that's behind the guy in front of you failed, he kneels. The extra guy on Brunson failed, he kneels. So everybody's kneeling except for 1 of the guys in front of you.
He says, "I am Spartacus." I'm sorry.
Does he notice?
Does he notice he's the only one not kneeling? And he will in a second, yes. So, and it does not affect the guy that went through the curtain.
And I go,
So checking for morale on the 1 last
I
guy.
say out loud, "He read that already?"
His morale holds, and he gets a free hack on you. And he hit. And you get 2 points of damage. So you go, "Kneel, I say!" And he's like, "No!" You're like, "Oh, right."
Uh-oh. New morality check or morale check for the rest of them.
No, because they didn't
It's
fail morale.
dominated.
They're dominated. Their will
It's
has
not
been
charmed,
stolen from them.
It's dominated.
Morale check for Dion.
Okay, they do begin to plead with their comrade to stop fighting. And,
I'll say, subdue him.
okay, so the cultists will rise and begin to do that. What is your initiative for the new round, though? Just roll it real quick. Go and roll yours just to be sure.
8.
Okay, that's fine. It's definitely faster than they would go. All right, so both of you are moving faster than they would go.
Do not kill him.
So the cultists that are being ordered to subdue him are moving faster than the cultist that was not dominated, so they will easily move in the way, and he won't get another attack on you. Okay.
I would also like to drag the other guy out of the room with it.
He's yelling and cursing in something like that's half common and half guttural, ancient Geoffrian or something, and he's saying something like, "I knew you could not be trusted," as they're like pinning him back and holding his arm. "You fools! He will dominate you forever!"
Handy thing. It's an handy thing.
Oh, I have so many charges left.
Oh, are we still infected?
Probably.
How long do we have on that? Do I know how long?
Not long.
You were estimating at the time of your return that you had no more than a couple of hours maximum to get rid of it, or we could. So it's probably been an hour now.
Oh my gosh, that's so weird. Whoops.
Probably about an hour at most.
Okay.
So all you really need
How
are
are
a
we
couple of
fixing it?
priestesses, and since they're theoretically loyal to your party, it shouldn't be that hard
So
to get them.
Theon will hand Brunson the rod of foloowers.
Alright,
Take them, find priestesses. I'm going to start on this.
what am I supposed to do with this?
As long as you hold it, they swear fealty to you.
I look at him and say, is that true?
Hey, Smiklatovatsky.
You can activate it.
Sounds like it.
You will it to enact your will over others. I'm sure it has limited charges. I've only used it 4 times. It's worked every time so far.
Theon, swear fealty to your lord.
Good luck.
As I ascend.
No. And you
Oh, wait till he ascends, then dominate. I have to dominate.
Okay.
Theon will return to the room and begin working on reading the ritual,
Okay.
expecting that Brunson will go off and find someone to cure the disease.
Now
Okay.
it's mine.
This is how it
And
works,
I have provided him with a cadre of bodyguards.
Give me all of your stuff.
Okay, so we're going to go into narrative mode because we are essentially out of time. We're supposed to be ending in 1 minute. So here's what happens. The party successfully saved the nursery. You do get hailed as heroes, no big surprise there, by the attendants. What's that?
Collecting arrows?
Yes. And all of the arrows that you fired survived, and all of them were returnable, so you got them all. Okay. So having saved the nursery, the party is free to go back toward the temple to both A, get healed of disease, and B, find out what's going on with the Ascension, okay? The temple is in turmoil because cultists have invaded in other places as well, but the guardsmen are doing what they can to repel the attacks. So it's not like everybody is a medusae that's wrapped up in the worship throng that's going on. But the worship throng has overflowed into the hallways all around the temple because they don't fit in there anymore. There's too many of them. And so they're probably in the neighborhood of like 2,000 or something like that. It's definitely the population of a small town, or I should say it's a small city that's worshiping. And as far as you can tell from what you can hear, they're still worshiping the heroes who came through the column. They're praising the powers that be for sending heroes to defeat death.
And one of us starts with a slow chant. All the Medusa like
Okay. So
This turns into like a football game.
Brunson is able to find one female Medusa in particular who is extremely sympathetic to your plight with regards to curing the disease. And then she and Stro, once the group comes back, work together to find priestesses who will cast Cure Disease on you. It does take about 10 minutes to do that, to get that worked out, okay? And so I need everyone to make a saving throw versus death magic, and you may add your constitution bonus to hit points if you have one.
I rolled a 13, which is a 16.
What's the combo?
At the
Start it here.
At the prime
16,
height of 14
17,
inches.
15, yep.
Okay.
Yes.
It's a saving throw.
16, all good.
No, there's
79.
Supposed to be a d20 roll.
It's your save. It's your paralyzed poison save. Add your con bonus to the points.
Made it by
16.
You may
No
save
problem.
yours.
Yeah.
Yours is probably like 11, isn't it?
That's not good.
oh boy.
Plus 3. Nope, failed by 2.
Okay, so you are cured of the disease, but in the process you lose 1 point of constitution.
Gotta be kidding me.
Will affect that'll be effectively 1 hit point per level.
Yeah, I understand.
That's
What does it
one less permanent.
The save versus.
Would restoration fix that?
Yes, and con bonus to hit points is added.
Or
Greater
that would be
restoration.
regeneration.
Possibly.
I made it. Remember, your sword is greater restoration.
There
Okay,
is no such thing.
No, it's just restoration.
All right.
Restoration's like 6 level.
Restoration is a 7th level there.
Maybe that
however,
was because the card was
while
already
that is
mentioned
taking
in
place, in the 10 minutes that is taking place, Theon had gone back into the Ascension chamber and was the only person in the chamber. And the moment you step back in the chamber with the intention of ascending, the spell is cast.
Okay. I'll show one.
Okay.
That'd be great.
Does it
Oh,
come off-
wow.
Does it come off my current?
That's kind of
hit points as
sweet.
I do get-
Are you at max?
So you don't have to spend 4 hours
Are
reading.
you down at least that many hit points?
well? I am down. I was at
You come back
35
and
out
Theon's
of
in the middle of
48.
the room like this.
So no, it can
Like
be
floating
just
like
off your
4 feet
max.
off
So
the
I'll be
ground.
at 35 out of
Have you
30.
watched season
Look
2
at
of
his
Jujutsu
toes.
Kaisen?
No.
Oh wait, yeah.
Okay, and
Yeah,
so
that's the
the
Shibuya.
spell is cast. In the process of casting the spell, the disease is removed.
You're,
Okay.
you're doing the Gojo scene right now. I know.
Okay.
You should.
He said
It's fantastic.
Brunson couldn't bear the fact that his parents
The
lose their
second
child.
season
He said
is probably one of the best seasons of anime ever.
couldn't do that. to his
It's so
parents.
perfect. But there's a scene in the second season where
Um,
Gojo's
As you're
like
standing in the
floating there,
room
he's
with
like,
no one to
"I am
witness the
honored
effect,
one." They
a
come
swirl of
back to
energy,
beyond
roughly
that,
an
just floating in
oval,
the air.
surrounds you on the floor, and it reflects off the walls, the light being kind of eerily bright off the walls, even maybe more so than what's coming off the floor. And then that same oval expands upward, kind of like almost like a teleportation effect as it rises above your head, just about 4 feet above the floor. And you feel kind of a surge of energy. You are placed at maximum hit points.
No, you have all of them.
You have all the hit points of the world.
Does that
Infinite
so is that
number of
72 or 66? Because I have a
No.
permanent negative
Not
6.
turn it side.
72, and the permanent wound is removed. Okay. You feel the kind of like feeling of power. You need you to roll percentile dice system shock. If you fail, you die. So don't fail.
47.
No problem. Okay.
Sure, his concepts.
It's not that low. I probably would have
12.
made it with a 74.
All right. Anyway, and then suddenly,
David's still in like 70s.
so the party had come back in the room. The cure diseases have been cast at that point. And when you come back in the room, you see that around the curtain where the curtain and the wall meet, there is flickering lights. And you can tell that something is happening in the room. And then all of a sudden, with a last kind of rush of swirling air and noise, the light ends and the room goes dark. And we'll pick up there next time.
Oh, great.
Theon's gonna walk out. He's got like the Chad chin. He's like 6'5", buff and huge.
Where's
that nerd at?
Where's that nerd?
In a constant state of smolder.
I hear a nerd needs pounding.
He comes out like,
So that scene where Brunson was face to face with the cultists and Theon or whoever was in the Ascension chamber trying to ascend, and the rest of the party was off saving the nursery, was in my midterm prep like 5 years ago. That
You
whole
thought it
scene.
would be just the
I didn't know who it would be. I didn't know who would be in the chamber, and I didn't know for sure. But I pictured in my mind that it was Brunson that was facing the cultists alone.
why? You thought I was gonna ascend?
Because no one but you would not be ascending, but you would face the cultists alone to protect the person that was ascending. Because the likelihood that Brenson would be the one to ascend is slim because he's cowardly. At least that was in my mind, I guess.
Exactly.
And he'd also be the least likely candidate that you would want to have to face a swarm of cultists by himself. Because he doesn't have melee capabilities, really. So, I don't know. I just had it in my mind that that's how it would work out, and it did, and so I'm tickled.
Oh, you get role-playing bonus for.
Yeah, I get problem-solving experience.
Now all your villains level up one level.
Oh, that's something.
Yeah.
That would really be something.
That just made the next kobold encounter
Also
really
kinda
bad.
realized-
Really scary kobold.
400 first level kobolds.
It's a lich with an army of undead, and he used to be 18th level, now he's 20th, so all of them have 20 times their hit points instead of 18. Okay, so yeah, they'll have 19 times their hit points instead of 18.
Got nothing left. I could probably go south.
Yeah.
Question is,
Maybe he carries over what you sell into the next.
Yeah, that makes sense. I just lost 10 permanent hit points.
yes,
Maybe
That
I
does really suck.
Over 1/5 of my life.
if it's a regeneration or a restoration. Check out The Moment Blood Bowl wherever you buy books. This is written by Pastor Daniel Stevenson, the longtime author and game master of Low Moon Adventures.
Wasn't that in the back of
Xavier.
the
That's a good point.
Xavier's
He
here.
uses
How's
it.
Xavier?
because Theon can't possibly carry it, and he doesn't have a bag of holding it.
Oh, I have one. Let's put it on.
Oh, Xavier has the great sword.
Cool, at least we have that.
Yeah.
Quick, use it on me, you fool.
So Theon did write up.
Yeah, you can do all that, write up whatever you wrote up in 10 minutes or so. And
I already wrote something. I could use some polishing. But he's a lot smarter than I am.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
run
you
in
get
there and
ready.
grab the letter real quick. You guys wait out here, hold on.
Oh yeah, I knew he was writing a letter. Yeah, we'll do all that next time, because you don't even know if he's in there or what happened. He could have been destroyed utterly. The whole thing could have been a trap. Oh, I had my screen the whole time.
The holy toilet was
So
flushed.
I shouldn't fix it right now, is what you're telling me?
No, you can. Yeah, have it all ready to go, so we'll be ready for the next beginning of the next session.
So, is there like a godly SATs that you're supposed to take before you read the
There's a whole, we covered this, there's a whole onboarding packet.
Well,
It's like
that's
100
assuming you
pages.
get hired, but, you know, or accepted. If you fail the
That
godly
was the
SATs.
system shock.
You had to pass the
He passed.
God
With 9
bar,
The God bar.
There's
the
a,
deity bar.
there's a chance that this deity kicks your butt.
There's still a chance of that.
Wait. There's a 3% chance of divine intervention. Maybe the God stopped him from ascending.
Divine intervention, that kind of has to be requested.
Brunson requested.
Brunson requests to stop Theon from ascending. I request that the party's cleric not be allowed to ascend.
Is
fact,
he the first
I'll beg Hermes.
PC to ascend via an ascending scroll?
I cannot.
Assuming that it worked.
I cannot answer that question.
What? Yes, you can.
I'll give you too many hints.
He's like,
I said, assuming he,
5 other
Assuming
ones.
all things are as they appear.
assuming it worked, would he be the first PC?
I think
to
Janny
ascend?
ascended.
So he is not the first PC to have one in his possession and attempt to use it. I'll say that.
But the other was true.
But the other person failed to do so.
That's basically.
Yeah, it was
If
yesterday.
it was,
I
he
think it was
wasn't a
before
piece.
my time, wasn't
Yeah, so
Because I don't remember
Aubrey
that
ascended,
happening.
didn't he?
No, Aubrey did not ascend.
for sure, before your time.
Aubrey is still
Maryland, Todd
out
Corsett's
and about.
mage.
I thought
For
he
sure,
ascended
so.
or something.
No. He's
No, Aubrey is
powerful.
not even the Hierophant Druid, so
has
I mean-
a lot of abilities of that.
he's a high level Druid, but it's not the Hierophant.
Yeah, it's not even a high level player. He's ascending, so theoretically.
The he is possibly about to become a deity and has never cast a 6th level spell. He can't even technically cast 5th level spells. He's done it like 3 times.
Skirnir, the shield band for Thor, just got his first level mage spell.
Well, was he a mage?
He's a 9th level ranger.
Okay, well.
And Blow Dug Hope, he doesn't cast any spells at all. His great superpower is every time someone eats him, he comes back to life the next day.
That's awesome.
So your great superpower could be you annoy humans.
That's kind of like a terrible
He
existence.
actually
Being eaten
intends
alive
to
every
be an
day.
ally of humans.
Mhm.
So even if he doesn't,
Albeit an annoying ally.
that might be true.
Or you get your great superpower is you go into a berserker rage when someone comments on your height.
So I wrote in the note, without giving away too much, that Deermood is allowed to call Theon diminutive in the song as long as he makes him out to be a hero.
Oh my goodness.
I like how he's writing rules for us.
It was really a request.
Yeah, this was totally the right choice.
Oh,
Hey,
you cracked me up.
If you guys become my followers, I'll leave you alone for the next 1,000 years.
Well, I guess it could have been in.
That's so
We're
true.
gonna leave everybody alone for the next 1,000
I thought
years.
I actually thought.
Well,
the
no,
only
because
one
if
was
none of
Xavier.
his followers
He
are
made that
around, he could
comment, He's
interact.
like, I don't have anything holding me back. Like I can just look because he's like. But the problem is Xavier's too morally gray. That's the problem. That's why nobody thinks him. But
It's like, yeah, in like 3 years, we're gonna be doing this again.
anyway.
Jury's still out on Theon, I think.
Theon's gonna be the next retreat.
Yeah.
Well, assuming that the Ascension
No,
was
Theon
enough
and
and you actually
Dorothy
managed to
together.
destroy death, then you will have actually completed the module. Not in archaeology.
But I'll never level up.
That's why I made those comments, because
Yeah,
Xavier literally has nothing to go back
he
to.
made the most sense as far as that goes.
Xavier literally has nothing to go back to. His parents are dead.
Zuri too, because he has kind of a hero complex.
No, the
No,
next,
you have something to go back to. You got a girlfriend.
The next
Yeah,
retreat
you gotta
villain
find out.
is all of Arden and Aaron's old characters, and Theon and Dorkian.
Scary.
Yeah. All the parties versus
Imagine
Bazor,
an evil
an
adventuring
army
party.
of goblin illusionists.
Imagine an evil adventuring party made up of Bazor, Dorkian, and Theon the demigod,
and an army of goblin illusionists.
and a small army of goblin.
A
illusions.
mortal person can be a real problem because it's not easy to kill them. They keep coming back. You know, you kill them one day, they come back the next day. You kill them again, they come back the next day.
Ryan,
You
in
basically
his
have to
current
trap them
state-
under a pile of like jammed rubble. That's your best chance.
Ryan
no,
in his current
flying-
state will be the next person to ascend.
Flying
He
a
will be
spaceship
a
is
goblin
one.
deity, a goblin ninja.
Yeah,
that
that's one way to do
makes
That worked pretty well.
And then most of his abilities are going to be
Cruise
useless.
missile.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
okay.
When we
Cruise
flew a
missile.
cruise missile into, what's his name?
Trying to tip my tongue.
Baristo?
Yeah, barista. Yeah. The demigod barista.
So what we need to do is.
Was it,
also
what was it, a
level
missile or a spaceship?
So we can do the scene from Buffy.
It was told to me as a spaceship.
Was it a rocket style
I think
spaceship?
it was a spaceship. Yeah, rocket style spaceship.
Yeah.
No mortal weapon.
So
can
we
defeat
fired
me.
a Saturn V
Yeah,
rocket
that was
into
then.
Baristo
This
to
is
kill
now.
him.
More like lure him into the path of it.
But it was only when he was at his weakest, when the
Right.
meteor was there or whatever.
Also, I lost my sword.
Oh, I thought you meant like your sword in the game. Like, what? What that happen?
If you pull the rug out from under me and make it like a trap or something, I'm gonna be really upset. Just so you know. Because this would be
So all it does is the whole thing. All it does is it turns you into a frog that cannot die.
yeah, right.
An undying frog.
This would
It turns
be
into a frog god.
this would be a
A
cool
snake would be
ending
on-
for Theon as a character, especially because I was already thinking about retiring him fairly soon.
You just become an immortal
You
snake
reign
hair on a
over
Medusa.
top of the anti-fly kingdom.
Hey Dan, it
Lord
becomes
of
a
the- you
snake
become
on
Lord
the
of the
hair of a
Flies.
Medusa. You're just a permanent, like immortal snake on one of the Medusae heads, like the high priest's
Oh,
head.
that'd be terrible. That's even worse than being a frog.
You just pass.
No, but if all of his followers
down
are
through generations.
Medusa, does he start like looking like a Medusa?
And
Yeah,
then
that's
it'd be
the
a Medusa
concern
on the
is
side
that
of him.
it turns me into a Medusa as it.
That's the biggest concern. You're doing all right.
You get
Only
like
gotta wait a couple weeks to find out.
You'll just have to wait to find out in the movie.
Find out next time.
I have orchestrated larger cliffhangers in my day. Admittedly, it's fairly unique.
Really only
Larger
me, I think.
cliffhangers? Get it?
Aaron, you're
I
just
don't
obsessed
really
with
think the
way
rest of the
roughly
party
3
cares that
times
much. It's just me.
Oh no, they're just as invested as you are. Just in different ways. Mind you, if it was their character, I'm sure it would be
Right, that's the
very
thing.
personal.
He fails. They're right back where they started. You know?
If
Well, they were
if
just
demigod
glad to get rid
Theon
of the
can't
disease
kill
in
it,
that.
we can't kill it.
Then we go with
No, I mean like he doesn't become a god is the point. If he doesn't ascend, you're right back where you started. Something had
So
to
you're
happen.
the only one that has anything to lose.
Pretty much. I was just talking about the cliffhanger. Like I'm the only person really affected by the cliffhanger because the rest of you are in the same spot if it doesn't go that way.
Well, if that was that was all that people had invested was the outcomes of their character, then that would be true.
Yeah.
But if that is the way that we're playing this game, I think we're missing the point. The story is more
Some
the
of
point
us are
than
driven
what-
by the story.
Yeah, the story is the point, not the character specifically. The outcome for your character is highly wrapped up in the story, but the truth is most of them probably don't want you to send because they don't want to see Theon leave the story.
That's
But
why
it's
when you
the other
shared
way around.
the writer, the little writer for Scroll Market, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Wait, is this Low Moon canon?
Yeah.
Interesting. That's what
Yeah.
it, just
That's,
up the coolness factor.
Yep.
What my next character is a
The board game that I
Is one of the
made,
Scroll
I
Market
wrote a-
characters. Charles Coldley.
an opening
Charles.
text
My
for
next
it
character
that
is Charles
surrounds
Coldley.
a
Oh,
mage,
no.
Orpheus,
No, you have to do it
who
now.
I do not have to do it now.
took
You have
his
to do it now.
most
do it. I'll change
promising
the character.
I'll kill a trash.
underlings, reduced them all in their trappings, so they have no spell books, they have no magic items, no nothing to start with. I
Backstage.
started them all with 4,000 gold and access to the scroll market to build up, and the one who builds up most rapidly and proves, basically it's in the text, but it basically says, proves that they can dominate the others, will become the new high mage of the mage guild. And so I wrote the text for it.
Yeah, what really begs the question is Morpheus retiring? Or is he moving on to bigger and better things?
Oh,
He's just playing the
wouldn't
school
that be
market.
the same thing? Maybe he's ascending.
No. I was gonna say, maybe he recently heard about a level in the Underdark that has a Ascension room.
He's definitely moving on to bigger and better things.
The Ascension suite.
He was talking
The
about
Ascension
just
sauna.
bamfing Greyhawk off of the primaterial planes, so.
You know what we should do, Arden?
What's
We
that?
should make, we should work with Dad to make a little expansion pack for like extra wizards in the scroll market, and just make them all the low moon PCs that have been spellcasters.
Well, it'd have to be only magic ones, because only they're buying stuff from
Spellcasters.
mages.
We actually want them
What
to
was an
buy the
illusionist that's
product.
really good at
I mean, illusionists.
I
What?
want them to buy the product and putting Brunson's face on a card.
Well, not his face, just
His name.
Picture redacted.
really zoomed out picture.
Yeah,
Plus,
it's
plus
like
5,000 gold pieces, alter self.
He's like SCP-9096. Like if you see just one pixel of his face, you're like,
Or it's just
you die.
This shy guy.
I think we should
it's just a hood with the question mark over it.
make an exchange to work on.
Or it's like a
You can look at Brunson, but you need scramble goggles.
It's like a censored image, like when they distort pixels on the screen or something for like
Oh, that'd be cool.
for censored images.
You know, I also thought it'd be really cool to do a version of Scroll Market where basically everybody is like at a low level, like apprentice or first level. So you're building up from there.
I thought that was
Well, no, they're not first level because they're casting
at
spells
least
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that's like 10th level.
Brendan could join.
Huh?
Brendan could join the guild.
I'm almost confident that he could, because, you know, who would have denied Precipice? Who Precipice was.
He gets the diversity hired.
That's true.
It's like,
He's the DEI.
yeah, just like the goblin. The goblin was like a diversity, like he got into.
You got a scholarship. You got a DEI scholarship. Somebody's blue dice on
I think it's Dad?
Throwing glitter at me?
No,
If so, that's fighting words.
no, it's throwing this thing at you that returns to me.
I could shift directions with this character I was rolling up and make him Charles Coldly.
Well, that'd be cool too to make a party, have it like a one-off role-playing thing where the party is the mages from the.
Dude,
Oh my goodness, that'd be fun.
Charles Colby is my arch enemy.
I'm telling you what, if I was playing a character in Lone Moon, so there is so much potential to play something that is just a little quirky, but at the same time very effective, like a diminutive elf or like an ugly mage.
Or attraction.
Yeah, for example.
No garbage bags.
Who attraction?
Okay.
Who is by all rights just a basic illusionist. Like in every mechanical sense, she is an 8th level illusionist. So like,
I remember a day when illusionists were extremely rare. Not every single party had one.
Mages are rare
It's
too.
just us.
yeah, no other party has had an illusionist except for, I guess. I mean, that's still kind of
Well,
uprising. The shift.
He was playing one, you're playing one, RJ's playing one.
Yeah.
Origins.
I don't know. I don't think RJ's playing that character anymore.
He is.
Yeah, it's his current character in the other
Vagabond.
Vagabonds.
Oh, okay.
There's none in Origins or Outsiders.
Right.
I mean, there was an
In
Outsiders
the-
for a very little bit.
In the 25 years that I've been playing Origins, we've encountered. We had 2 in the party.
No one
One.
I'm
played
a trendsetter. What
That'll
can
be
I
messaged
say?
me during the session to say
Nobody
that
just sought out to play with
Hannah
me.
has the tower tops
Anyone
done
denied
for
to play
Scroll Market.
illusionist.
Ghost Rider's the only.
Stay tuned for more Lomunian adventures.